Hi guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite winter thrillers. So I used to be a huge fan of thrillers and mysteries, and I was getting a little burnt out of fantasy, so I jumped back into that genre for the winter time. And I have 3 books I recently read that I want to talk to you guys about. So stick around to see the 3 thriller books I recommend that are perfect for winter. All right, I'm gonna do this from my least favorite to my absolute favorite. There's only 3 in this. This is gonna be a very short recommendation list. The first one is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. So a lot of people told me to pick this up even though I didn't like the guest list, and I feel like this is the guest list 2.0. I did enjoy it more than the guest list. However, it's not gonna go down as one of my favorite thrillers. It follows a group of people that are stuck in, they go to this cabin every year and there ends up being a blizzard, and then someone discovers a body and they have to figure out who did it. And it is very, very similar to the guest lists. I hated all of the characters, none of them, they're all really bad people. So I feel I have a hard time caring about people that I don't like. And I just felt that this was very similar. I think the ending was better. I didn't see this ending coming. It wasn't as predictable as the guest list. And I liked the mystery aspect. I liked the twist. I thought all that was pretty well done. So if you're a fan of the guest list, you will 100% love this book. If you're not, I would probably stay clear. I don't know, I think I keep going into these thinking they're gonna be like Agatha Christie books and type mysteries, and instead of being a mystery you have to solve, it's more of getting in the heads of all of these pretty terrible people and seeing how all of their lives are like interwoven, which is interesting, and I think if I was in the right mood for it, I would appreciate it. It's just I keep wanting these to be like a whodunit mystery, and they don't feel like that. So anyway, it has a very good atmosphere, the whole blizzard, they do a great job of describing that. So if you want a snowy thriller, check out Lucy Foley's The Hunting Party. All right, next up is One by One by Ruth Ware. I don't have a copy of this. I listened to it on audiobook and really enjoyed it. It is about, I believe it's either dual perspective or multi-perspective. I really would need to look, and I totally forgot which it is. But it follows a group of people that created this app, and it's become a very successful app. I think it's called Scoop, and you're able to listen to what other people are currently listening to. It's a really cool idea. But anyway, they've all become very successful, and they go to this ski resort as like a business trip, and there's an avalanche, and they all end up stuck together, and then people slowly end up getting murdered, and they have to figure out who did it, who's behind it, and their motivations. I enjoyed this much more than I enjoyed The Hunting Party. I feel like it starts out a lot slower, and it takes a while to build, but once it does, the tension was super high throughout the entire end of the novel. The last 200 pages were really gripping and really interesting, and I think I finished it at like 1 a.m. I was just so into the story. So definitely a fun read, an entertaining read. It was a little bit predictable, but not really. I guessed who did it, but I didn't guess their motivations, and I didn't understand like why they were doing it, but it's pretty clear who is probably behind it. Or not, I might have just made a lucky guess, but I really, really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, I felt the beginning was a little bit slow, so you kind of have to push yourself in the beginning, but once you get to where all the action starts happening, it's completely gripping. So definitely check out One by One by Ruth Ware when you get a chance. Also, I'm terrified of skiing, and this has a lot of skiing and snowboarding, which my husband is always trying to get me to do, and after reading this book, I don't think I'll ever do it. So, all right, moving on to the next book. And the last book on my list is my all-time favorite thriller. I've mentioned it in a previous video, and that is No Exit by Taylor Adams. I love this book. This is one of the books that got me into thrillers. It follows Darby, whose mother is dying from cancer. So she has to take a road trip back to see her mother before she passes. And in doing so, she ends up getting stuck in a blizzard and has to stop at a rest stop. And there are some very malicious and evil people at this rest stop that she has to outsmart and outwit. And it is such a good book. Trigger warnings for violence. There is one graphic scene in particular that involves hinges, for you who have read the book. Oh my gosh, I was so grossed out while reading this, but it's so good. There's also trigger warning. I believe there's sexual assault of a minor, and so it's a very dark book, but still super, I don't even want to say entertaining to read, just like gripping an edge of your seat the entire time you're reading it. I read this in one sitting, and it's not too short of a book. It's pretty long, but so good. And the blizzard atmosphere just gives it another level of suspense that it's already such a terrible situation that the protagonist is in, but then you add the element of she's in this blizzard and no one can get to her, and she really just has to survive on her own. And oh my gosh, it's so good. Definitely, if you like thrillers and you're okay with some gore and some darker themes, 100% couldn't recommend this book more. It's so good. All right, guys, that's it for my list. Sorry it was so short. Like I said, it was a mini recommendation review. I hope there is a book you guys found that you would want to check out if you're into thrillers. If there's any books I left off this list, please let me know. I would like to continue reading winter thrillers throughout these cold months. It's finally snowing on the East Coast. It didn't a lot last year, so I'm super happy about that. But all right, I post new videos every Tuesday, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.